Hey there guys, it's your Chef Chris, and today we are making spring mix salad with some beautiful candied walnuts and a nice raspberry vinaigrette. Alright, so let's get started. I have here a cup and a half of walnuts. Of course it goes without saying, so sorry about that little extra hand that snuck in there. So that my grandmother, she couldn't help herself out. But it goes without saying you can use walnuts, pecans, almonds, whatever nut floats your boat. Alright, so we're going to preheat that oven for 350 degrees because we're going to toast those first. But while the oven was warming up, I have half a cup here of sugar, a nice big pinch of cinnamon, a little dash of cumin, just for a little extra something, and double the extra pinch of cayenne pepper. Because I love all my candied nuts to be nice and sweet, spicy, and salty. Here's the salt. Where's salt? There you are. Alright, so sorry, just forgot to add the salt earlier. In another cup, we have half a cup here of water. To that, I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla. And once the oven was ready to go, we're going to toss those in for 8 minutes. Actually, I said it for 9 minutes. I should have said it for 8 minutes because I noticed the bottom were a little bit toasty, but it's totally fine. Alright, now in a saute pan, we have here, we're going to toss in our sugar. I have the heat here at medium heat. That's where I'm going to cook the caramelize the walnuts throughout. Okay, we're gonna throw in that vanilla water and give it a nice stir. Try to dissolve as much of that sugar as you can into the simple syrup here, or to the water. So it's called a simple syrup. Sugar and water is simple syrup. We're gonna call it a caramel, I guess, because it turns into a caramel here. Go ahead and toss in these walnuts once the sugar has dissolved, and we're gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. I cooked these exactly for 5 minutes. 3 minutes in, you can tell that caramel has thickened up nicely. We're gonna add a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper to it, and give it a nice stir. 5 minutes in exactly, as you can tell, the caramel sauce has thickened up beautifully. I went ahead and turned off that heat and gave it a nice stir for about a minute more, just to let them cool off a little bit in that pan, and that caramel sauce to thicken up a little bit more. All right, when we are done, we're gonna place that on a baking tray. I'm using a silicone mat. If you don't have one of these, I definitely recommend it. They are awesome. Nothing sticks to it, and it's just a nice little baking tool. Alright, as you can see, the caramel sauce is still a little bit sticky, but have no fear, all that caramel is going to adhere to these walnuts once they cool down. About a couple minutes later, give it a nice little stir, scrape off all that excess caramel sauce that's at the bottom, and because the walnuts are a little bit sticky still, they're all going to adhere to it nicely. And once they cool down, they are done. These are delicious. I mean, they go in so many things: cereal, ice cream, cookies. Sky's the limit. They're, even by themselves, they're just delicious. All right, so let's make the raspberry sauce. Raspberry vinaigrette. I have 3/4 of a cup of raspberries, 1/4 of a cup of red wine vinegar, 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. You couldn't tell I used it in the same container, so it looks like I just poured one thing in there. A nice big pinch of oregano, a nice squirt of Dijon mustard, which I'm so sorry about the shot here. Should have probably got a better angle. I'm having to show you guys each step. But we have half a juice of a lime that we're adding here as well. I could have used a lemon. I was actually wanting to, but unfortunately I didn't have one, so I made do. And of course we're gonna give it a nice big some fresh cracked black pepper, and some salt as well. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be my next. Yep, there we are with the salt. All right, to that we're also gonna add a little bit of honey just to counteract with the acidity in the vinegar with the lime juice, and because the raspberries are still a little bit tart, the honey gives it a nice balance. If you don't have honey, use sugar. That's not a problem at all. And once everything's in there, go ahead and give it a nice blend and set that aside. Alright, so we're done. It's time to start plating here. We've got some gorgeous strawberries. I'm using strawberries. Peaches would go good, great in the salad. Any kind of fruit that you love in a salad would be awesome. Alright, we're going to dice that up. As you can tell, I didn't slice off the top. I had a paring knife and I just took the pit out because we're trying to use as much of the strawberries as we can. In a bowl, we're going to throw in that spring mix, which is just arugula. I believe it's some spinach. I think I threw in a little bit of basil here just for a little extra something. And we're going to squeeze on a little bit of that raspberry vinegar. This is just a little restaurant trick we use. We like to mix our salads in a bowl before we throw them in another bowl, just for presentation. It looks a little cleaner instead of drizzling everything with that dressing. Just looks a little nicer. Alright, so we're going to set that in a bowl, and we're going to top it off. I believe they used just one strawberry per salad here. I was gonna set it right on top in a nice little spread across just on top, but I found just spreading them everywhere worked nicely. Alright, so we're going to add some feta cheese. I'm using feta. Gorgonzola would be nice in here. A little blue cheese would go great. And we're going to sprinkle on a little bit of those candied walnuts. And those are gorgeous. As you can see, I have some red onions right in the back. You can actually see it right in this salad. Just lost a little video clip of me dicing it up. But let me tell you, this salad was delicious. It goes great on a nice summer day. Those candied walnuts are beautiful. But that was my salad, guys. If you have any recipes you guys would like to learn how to make, let me know. And as always, hope you guys enjoy.